What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the GFY Podcast. I'm co-host Alex Lewis.
I'm co-host Derek Fordyce.
And today we are joined by Nico, Nat, and Paul.
Yo. Hello.
And he's not going to say anything. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
The funny bit is that within a week, so much has changed, and last week we already had massive news about all of this coronavirus stuff, and yet it's developed further.
Now we're finally doing a back-to-back episode. Wow, what a shocker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we don't exactly have anything to do now.
Yeah, we have. Hold on. Yeah, no, hold on. Let's do that. Let's do that first.
School's canceled.
So Governor Jay Inslee, 2 days ago, gave an official. That's the second bit. Shoreline School District, 2 days ago.
Gone.
3 days ago. 2 days ago?
Dead.
Officially gave notice that we had canceled school until, at that point, March 27th.
Mm-hmm.
A day later, Governor Jay Inslee, who is still currently in New York City, Washington, D.C., New York?
Something
One
like
of them.
DC. It was DC.
DC, okay, yeah. He gave an official emergency proclamation that all school is canceled until, April
24th, 27th?
Yeah, well, it's important because it's like the Snohomish and King County school districts are going to be canceled until April 24th.
Nope. He extended it to the entire state. He also
did?
He extended all of the
all schools.
No, he also extended the ban of large groups over 250 to the rest of the state also.
Right.
So the entire state is technically under a state of emergency.
Oh boy.
Yeah, which is interesting because our school district in particular of Shoreline School District did not commit to doing online school because they realized, there are a lot of issues about accessibility. And so I'm suspecting that, when they made that decision, they were thinking in the frame of, all right, we're going to be out of school till the 27th of March, which is only 2 weeks, which is not that long to go out of school. But, we're now in the frame of being out of school for 6 weeks until the end of April, which is a whole lot longer.
And y'all do an AP test? By the way, you're screwed.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah, you're still doing it, by the way.
Hey,
Yeah, you've got 3 classes between when you get back at the tests.
By the way,
unrelated
but related in post. So I tried to switch to the full screen desktop, and I accidentally switched to the full screen main cam. So for half a second, there's just my leg. Because I have my laptop lid down.
That's staying in.
It is staying in. I can't edit it out. It was in the middle of a sentence.
Hashtag don't cut.
By the way, guys, 4 hours ago, the death toll just reached 40.
Jesus
Yep,
Christ.
and there are 560 cases in the Washington
if not
now.
probably, most likely more because of how shitty we are at testing.
Yep.
Yeah, the testings are really starting to fail here.
Accessible
and the
testing, more like Canada.
Well, didn't Donald Trump like negate having like free tests or not free tests, but like testing
Yeah,
like from other countries?
I think
Like they're
Yeah,
Alex
yeah,
sent
he
me
made a
some
whole
info
ass
about
statement
all
for that.
shit.
yeah, it was a terrible decision.
Yeah, because
Obviously.
because the thing is that he was waiting for I think was it Germany and Sweden that came up with the test and like, oh yeah, we'll do it for you and you don't have to really worry about it. And then he sent out he sent all of this data to the CDC, got them to just like some American companies to do it, and it was only then where he believed, yeah, okay, we should probably do the testing. Yeah, this is like real shit that we're going down.
Yeah.
Also, to add more injury to insult, the American Cross is asking for more blood donations, but they're not suspending the rule where LGBT people can donate.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Take
Wow,
my gay
okay.
blood, goddammit.
Guys,
They're
come
asking
on.
the
We
FDA
know
They're asking the FDA to consider reducing its deferral time.
it's the
instead of,
fucking it's the fucking water. It's the water, not the blood. Jesus
Wait,
Christ.
what's with the water? It's making the frogs gay?
That's right.
Okay.
Come on, guys. It's the water that we drink, not the blood that's in our bodies.
Are you sure about that?
I
Then
don't
it's
know. Do
still-
you drink
wait.
Dasani?
Yeah.
Also,
Then
by
it
the
still
way-
isn't a wait. Question. Then would
Yes.
being gay be a choice or not be a choice? That's the question,
Real.
because you still have to drink water to live. So
Oh,
if it's
shit.
in all the water, then it's turning all. I feel like all of us are gay.
Well,
Oh, dear.
Also, by the way, the Red Cross answered to someone, "Hey, what if we donate, but we have like, do you still get screened for the coronavirus?" And there's no test to screen blood donations for coronavirus or other respiratory viruses. So, I guess that's good.
Guess
I
I'll
don't know.
die.
Guess I'll die. Also, fun fact, there was a random middle school teacher that heard their students call the coronavirus the boomer removal, and I just think that's hilarious.
yeah, the
Kung
boomer
flu,
doomer. That's right.
boomer removal.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! I
Yeah.
was reading some articles about how some boomers are getting really upset about that, and it makes me so
funny.
happy.
They're slightly angered, slightly heated.
It's
I like
hilarious.
how they're blaming solely millennials, and I'm like, honey, no, we Gen Xers do that too.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, by the way, 2 hours ago, there's some passengers stuck in long lines for immigration, and there are no offers of hand sanitizer, gloves, or masks from the U.S. Customs/Immigration.
That's because our citizens bottom them out first.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Throw out the whole country. Just throw it out. Put it in the trash.
We don't need a country.
Oh, also, travelers say they had no screenings of. There's no temporary screenings yet, and no one's following the coronavirus protocols.
I
Well,
swear to God,
yeah,
like I
and-
feel
and
like
people
I'm
are
the only
breaking
one in my
quarantine.
family that's actually following it. Like I started religiously washing my hands before I leave the house and when I come back, and like I'll wash my hands, put on the hand sanitizer, and then I put on gloves. Like I'm the only one in my family that's doing that, and I have like an immunocompromised person in my family that's not even doing that. And I'm like,
That's-
bruh.
Ooh,
Bruh, you
that's a
want to
big
die.
oof.
You are asking for it.
Oh my god! Wait, so like, what is the protocol? Like,
So you're okay. So from my understanding, you're supposed to wash your hands very vigorously and not touch your face. Because the thing is
Alright.
that you can get it by coming in contact with some of like the particle stuff. Like if somebody sneezes into their hands or something like that and then touches the surface, the virus can live on that surface, depending on what it is, for up to 9 hours. So let's say somebody on the fucking E-line sneezes into their hand like a goddamn barbarian.
Barbarian.
Barbarian,
onto the
I love
handrail.
that.
It's like if you're not wearing gloves, you can go up and like put your hand on that, get it on your hand, and then if you go to like scratch your nose, you can bring that virus up to your face, and it will get into your body. Because the main like way that it gets in is through mouth, nose, and eyes. So basically, any places that have those mucus glands, all that stuff, so it can get into the wet bits of your body.
Don't
So
call
for
them
me,
the wet
I
bits.
wash my hands, sanitize them, put on gloves, and then I'll like do all my dealings around the world,
around
like,
the world.
Yeah, basically. And then the important thing is you don't touch your face, and then when you take off the gloves, you dispose of them, and then you immediately wash your hands again. And then with the mask, you really don't need them because it's not an airborne thing. There's not evidence to show that, unlike like measles, that it can spread through the air.
Well, the only reason you'd wear a mask is if you're either is if you're sick. Like if you're sick, wear a mask.
Yeah, because then you avoid the situation of spreading it onto surfaces around you.
Thank you for that bit. That makes much more education.
We're gonna need.
But
that.
hey, fun
that.
fact.
Thank you very much.
Fun fact. Only wear masks once.
Yes.
Yeah.
That.
Actually,
Say
wait,
that
Derek. I'm just gonna
with
tag
gloves as well.
Derek. I'm just gonna tag that video back again on the front of the podcast.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And sorry,
Oh, look who decided to join the party!
Hey, don't be mad at people for participating.
Wait, what happened?
Paul was busy.
Boo. Speaking of using masks twice, the only time I'll do that is if I'm doing something like sanding balsa wood or something, where I'm going to be the only one using that mask, and it's not the end of the world.
And at that point,
if
you're
it fails.
not sick, so like it's fine, I guess.
True.
You're not technically supposed to do it, but like,
It only makes sense if you're not sick and you know that you're not sick. Regarding that, I would say that like, if you're sick, no, you're going to be going through masks like everyone goes through hand sanitizer, which is still a lot. Yeah.
I love Twitter, and it's great. That's all I have to say about Twitter. Sorry,
I despise Twitter, but that's because I'm like a boomer towards technology and most of like social media. I only have an Instagram because I post my shitty like D&D stuff on it.
Don't mind me, he's a little Neanderthal to social media.
You're not a Neanderthal, you're a cryptid.
Oh,
Shizumoy?
Damn.
Did you just say? Okay.
Okay, that happened.
Oi, by God.
Please stop.
Bag. Oh God.
Bag it?
Bag it.
All right.
Get it in a bag, please. Thanks.
Fargot bread.
Is that what happened? Actually, though, I won't say that.
Anyways, so back on the topic of school cancellation and shit. So now we are in a period of where basically everything has been canceled. School's been canceled for the next 6 weeks. Where any events that are like over 250 people have been canceled. We are implementing the thing called social distancing, where we're not supposed to be in like at least a meter of each other. So like at least 10 feet.
Don't go to Starbucks with your friends. Simple as that.
Don't go to Starbucks with your friends. That's what Derek said.
It's literally like 6 feet away from each other, every day, bro. Yeah.
Stop. I'm
sad.
Stop.
I'm literally sad.
Anyways, but now like sports things have been canceled. I hear that they're probably going to cancel the drama production, which I feel like depending on who you ask is either a bad thing or a good thing, depending on the cast member.
Which director you're also talking to as well? Yes.
Yeah. But yeah.
Wait, did you guys hear about? Oh, sorry. Continue.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna ask if you guys heard about Spain announcing like a nationwide lockdown.
Did
no.
Spain do that too?
Yeah, but like we can talk about that in the next segment. Just keep going. I really like what you were talking about.
Well, it's more on like what life is like now because of all of the restrictions and everything being canceled, and it's kind of weird because 2 weeks is a lot shorter of a time than 6 weeks. It's 6 weeks is 3 times longer, and it brings up a real question of what the fuck are we gonna do? Because I'm a senior, so I mean graduation date hopefully is set, But that
It
only
is.
gives me like
We
a
s-
month and a half,
Just
depending
remember,
on if we actually go back to school at the end of April. Like, would I
isn't
still
like 6
graduate? What about all that shit?
Yeah, that's actually very important. And
see, that's the thing
and there's
is,
also like 6
it-
weeks is like a month, isn't it?
It's a month and a
This
half.
is a good bit more.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
but the thing is that the date we're getting out of school is still June
a Friday.
19th because we're on a state of emergency that gives Washington State the ability to waive school days even with the required amount of hours. So they're taking out any free days that we would get, but any other days that we can't make up, they're going to just waive. So we're still getting out June 19th.
That's
Which,
good.
by the way,
That's
is the
good.
day after Joe from Scunthorpe Day.
I hate that.
Sadly, for other
Derek.
schools, I don't know if that would be the case. I know for Berkeley, where my brother's going, I don't think they'll. I think they're gonna have to push the graduation or something.
Yeah,
That's
we'll see.
also what I heard from Berkeley as well.
Yeah,
It's not
they're-
really looking good for them. As they're canceling jazz festivals. Everything's
Oh yeah,
going
we were.
online. It's hell.
Oh, that's
yeah.
so crazy. We
It's
were
hell on
supposed to, like the Tuesday of this week. You know, we were supposed to for the choir. We were going to be in at one of St. Cathedral's. We
Oh.
were going to be doing a whole choir festival, but we didn't get the chance to do that.
Yeah, no, a lot of things have been canceled. Like, God, what? Everything has been canceled. What am I saying? I can't even list things anymore.
My older brother is in college, and he is, and his graduation is still on time because they moved their spring break to this week, and all the teachers are prepping for online classes right now.
Yeah,
Well,
and the thing is that with the school not committing to doing online classes, I mean, what if this ends up going for longer? I mean, at some point they're gonna have to
Guys,
realize
this could be an entire fucking year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally,
like-
it is a
two.
pandemic. It could
Like,
mutate. It could change.
at some point they have to realize, fuck, we can't just not have school. Like, something needs to change at some point, because I mean, the forecast of this, whenever like news people talk about it, they're like, for the next year this is going to be like the big thing.
Like, oh
But we
shit,
can't
the
just-
world is literally ending.
Like, yeah, and so I mean, the thing is that the forecast of, you know, the death rate is fairly low, but at some point you're gonna have to keep going. And so the question is, how long before schools and life has to continue? Because, like, right now the stock market is plummeting. We're in, like, bear market, like, recession.
We went
stuff.
10% in a
We're-
day 2 days ago.
Yeah,
and
and
then
the
we,
thing
like,
is that at
recovered.
some point they're gonna have to say, yeah, this is dangerous, but we can't afford, as like a nation and a civilization, not to keep going.
Okay, so just as a clarification here, we don't have any assignments, do we?
No.
No, not
Because-
that, not
not
that
you
I've
guys.
seen on.
So
Because-
school's gone for us.
Yeah,
right
because
now.
Derek, Shoreline can't sustain online schooling.
Yeah, not
So-
at this point, because I mean,
That
especially
said,
Fuck.
yeah.
Bagley basically said they probably won't reschedule the AP test, so I'm going to put up video lessons, and you can do them, and there's assignments that you can turn in. I can't grade anything, but you can still pretend that you're in school.
Is that the same thing with Cotwis as well?
No clue. Cotwis is not nearly as with it as Bagley.
Got it.
Yeah, Bagley's a whole person.
For
Yeah.
SCC, which is Shoreline Community College, we all have transferred on to online. But the
Mhm.
problem with the online schooling is some people are literally dropping out because a lot of them are disabled and they need help. But for online schooling,
Yeah.
they can't get the help. So
Yeah, and especially like my friend in my class, she has an IEP, and so she requires more like one-on-one help from teachers, and some of her assignments need to be altered to coincide with the, you know, what is said on her IEP. And so when you're releasing that stuff, I mean, sure, you can email, you know, over online, but it brings up the question of, What about students that need more help? And what about students that are from like lower class families who are, who might not have internet connection? They might not have been able to afford Chromebooks, so they were like going off of some of these school provided Chromebooks that you have to turn in at the end of the day.
Or
what
maybe
are they
even
gonna
like
do?
a fucking or maybe like going to the library and using that as well.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
those
the question
those
is
are
the
closed
library
now.
going to be even open?
They're closed
Because
now.
of yeah, and
So
so
public
I
libraries
think
are
that's
also gone.
that's the reason why a lot of things have that's why I think the school really can't do a lot of online stuff, because there are so many questions that the school district can't answer. But at the same time, 6 weeks is a long goddamn time to go through and do all this stuff.
Guys, this is literally going into almost summer vacation. Like, we can classify this as spring break, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know why we're gonna even try to classify as anything. There's literally like what is there to do besides bond over online? Like, this is kind of like it's like a weird time where we have like a lot of technology, but like no matter how much technology we have and no matter how many advances we have, we're still like human. And I think the mortality and
Morality.
thank you, morality of all this is just, it's weird, right? Or is
Yeah,
that
and it's
just me?
also like it's strange because especially in our generation, we are a very socially interconnected over online sort of thing. Like, we have these entire other side of our lives where we connect and communicate online with our friends that our own parents and previous generations didn't do because there wasn't the internet. And so, like, for my parents, they're not as connected, and so especially my parents are kind of extroverted. They're like getting stir crazy. But even me, as somebody who is very much an online, I communicate with other people, on the web sort of person, I am still struggling because I'm extroverted. I, feed off of social contact. And so for
fucking
me, like,
love
I've
being an
started going to
extrovert.
the dog park every day just so I can get out of the house.
That's smart
Yeah.
about the dog park thing. Sorry.
Now, see, it should be noted this whole thing is an introvert's wet dream.
Well,
Yes,
of course
I-
for
people-
you, Paul.
Okay. Okay.
thing-
You
the
know
thing
what?
about
All right,
all of-
Paul.
Okay. The thing is about like all this like staying inside. Like, I guess it should drive people a bit crazy, but it also shows like how far we have gotten. Like, back then, like the only chance we had during a pandemic was writing letters.
Yeah.
You have to put
Dearest,
systems
now-
to work.
dearest husband, I would like to inform you that I am doing very, very well over the Atlantic Sea. I hope that I do not die within the 7 weeks that this letter takes to get to you. Yeah.
Basically.
Or
Yeah.
in contrast, dear Boo, I have tuberculosis. Lullaby.
Lullaby.
Oh, wait, I just went backwards.
Basically, like nowadays we can communicate easy, and it's great because we can spread information from person to person instead of relying and not only on like social media or fake companies that want to feed us like fake news and all that stuff.
That's another
Facebook.
thing, though. Like, as well as being able to spread information, we're also really good at spreading misinformation.
Whomst?
Hmm?
Welcome to the GFY Podcast. How may we be of assistance to you?
Qua?
I think it's Dom. Hi, Dom.
Oh my. Okay.
Okay.
Poppin'.
Hi, you're in the
All right.
middle of the episode.
Yeah.
Details.
Okay.
I guess they want to listen. But as we were saying, it was more difficult back then, and like nowadays, like it's great at least for us because we can communicate with our families from the other side of the world.
Mhm.
And, we can
Yeah.
update them on like what's happening over here. Because before it was just like we literally had to scratch like cards and like wait and like make a phone call and then time it because you can only have like under a phone call under like 1 hour or something.
Don't forget
Yeah.
that was also exorbitantly expensive to do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was just
Especially
oh my God.
if you like have family across the country. That
Like,
would
guys,
be
what was World War
exorbitantly
II during
expensive.
that time, or for that?
Yeah, no, in World War II, didn't they like just? Oh my God, no, wait, their messaging was even. Oh my God, never mind. I'm gonna stop talking. That just gives me anxiety.
What?
I can't imagine not living with my computer, if that makes sense. Just because I do so much work on it.
But like
And
even now, like I feel like the anxiety of this whole situation, I feel like if anything, the younger generation, especially the Gen Xers, are more ready to deal with it because they've been dealing with so much apocalyptic shit for most of their life. And now it's all the boomers that are freaking the fuck out.
Well, actually,
We're all like,
yeah,
now you know what anxiety feels like. Fucking granite. Get out of here.
I literally was like thinking that. I was like thinking like imagine not being able to like know 24/7 like updating, like see like the news or like all that stuff on your phone, because there's some people that literally can't. Yeah, there's some people who can't
hold my iPhone.
like, use.
It's like you feel anxiety and you feel like you're not in control of your life. How does that feel, Brenda?
I feel like this is like I can't call out anyone, but I feel it too.
Yeah, how's that feel, Richard?
Insert boomer white name here.
Yeah.
Now the sad thing is, you guys have just named two of my grandparents.
We are sorry. We are sorry. We do not do not know who you are. And we are sure you are great people. But right now we are trying to make a point here.
I apologize on Eric's behalf because his apology wasn't that good.
To be honest, they'd probably be fine with us.
Okay.
Well, you can use my grandparents instead. Cheryl, I'm coming for you.
Oh,
Okay then.
God, I wish I was. There's some moments where I wish I wasn't Latino so I can call out my grandparents, but they would literally whoop my ass if I.
Yeah, you want to put a hex
Also,
on
I feel like the punchline is a little bit different with like standard white people names.
That's true. My grandma like literally is named that TV that. Like that's not, you can't, you can't like put that. You just can't. It doesn't
You like
work.
say that and you're like, what are you doing? Calling out like an ancient goddess? Like what's up?
Yeah.
Like, no,
I know.
when you say fuck off, Cheryl, like somebody knows a Cheryl out there and she probably deserves it. Like,
Well, see, that's my godmother. I'm kidding.
That's
I
my
was gonna
kid.
say,
fine with
why are so many white people named? Why are so many white people?
wait, why are you
half my
asking the
family's
person
white.
named Paul why he has so many white people named in his
For
name?
real? Okay, yeah. Hold on. There are
I
certain
feel
naming
as,
conventions
you know?
here.
Well, I was named Nicole, and that's like not. Isn't the name Nicole that white? I don't even know.
I mean, we could talk about the other side of my family.
Ladies and
We're all
gentlemen,
named
welcome
Chinese.
back to the GFY Podcast.
Okay. Let's go
Derek?
back to talking
Yes.
about coronavirus. I guess.
Okay, no, wait, hold on. Derek, why?
What did he do?
What did I do?
There are llamas everywhere.
Wait, I'm
Period.
very. What did he do?
Uh-oh.
They escaped
What
Fuck
did he do?
Mountain.
Oh, shit!
They're everywhere.
For context, they're playing Minecraft.
I solely blame Catherine. Everyone else.
God
Chloe.
damn
Why is
it.
Chloe. Okay.
For
okay,
context,
okay.
please.
Cut.
Minecraft. That's all I
Okay,
have
yeah.
to say. Everyone will
actually,
understand
guys,
after that.
I'm streaming Minecraft right now. If you guys actually want to watch it, yeah. We're
Why
doing
are you
stuff right
streaming two shit at the same time?
Sometimes you just gotta like kill one bird with fucking I don't know.
20 pounds.
Also, I'm the one recording.
I
He's the one playing
Kill
Minecraft.
one bird with one singular dose of protein.
I mean, granted, no, I am playing Minecraft and it's on the recording, but like,
Also,
yeah.
for context, for me, I haven't spoken English in like days. I've only texted in English.
oof.
Oh,
So
man.
I live in a household with full Spanish, and the only time I hear English is when I'm talking to myself. And so yeah,
why
that
did
doesn't
I
help.
hear that? Okay, never mind.
Okay,
I
ladies
feel
and
like-
gentlemen, yeah.
Do you ever like scare yourself of whenever you catch yourself talking to yourself in like Spanish, and then you think like your mom's talking to you in the room? Like,
Dude, the one time I actually like feared for my own life, like when I was talking in Spanish, was when I was playing Halo and my friend was there, and then I said like a lot of curse words in Spanish, and my mom was right outside my window gardening, and she just looks at me with this face of disappointment but shock, and I just looked at her and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna like die after you leave. Like that's it. That's my end of my story. My whole career was over with that look. Did I die? Yeah, I died like with my soul died, man. I can never look at my mom the same way again. Like
you know your parents. You know your parents have control over you when they don't even need to punish you for you to feel punished.
I literally felt the punishment right there. I just locked myself in my room. I was like, God, like what did I do? Like what did I do? My ancestors are like fucking angry at me right now. You know, like
they're spinning in their graves.
You gutted yourself.
I gutted my own self. I was so mad, but like you could tell my mom also said my full name. I think like when I said that too, and I was like, I was ready to die that moment. I feel
like that's the one thing that really like brings together all races. When your parent calls you by your full name, no matter what race you are, you're fucked.
If there's any Latino kid watching, you know what it means when you're like. Your mom says your full name, but she like says it with a very strong accent. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about.
It's like initiate the Spanish, all right, and initiate the beating.
Basically, I was like, she doesn't even have to beat with me with anything. The only thing that she beats me with is my self-esteem, homie.
Damn.
Holy
okay.
Using words. Sticks and stones.
Suffering in Spanish.exe.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
there it is. That's my whole thing right now.
Oh well.
Thank you, provider of tunes. Also, coronavirus, I guess. Spain announced nationwide lockdown. Yeah.
What else do we have here? News on other countries, please.
Yes.
So, France orders closures of non-essential shops, cafes, restaurants, and cinemas. The UK has report of 10 more deaths. China says it passes
the worst
peak
music
of
to
the
play
outbreak.
with this.
Hey, it's better than the alternative. You want to play the funeral march? South Korea reports new cases below 100 for the first time in 23 days.
That's
and
good.
there's still more information from the WHO if anyone wants it. Just please look at the WHO.
Is there a roast beef and beast?
Also, there's an image showing how bad the coronavirus is in certain areas if anyone wants it.
Sure.
Yeah. I'd like some.
let me get
Not
that graphic
Corona,
up for the
just
viewers at home.
Just
Let me
for
look that up.
the viewers, I shall make a sacrifice.
To all of you, yes, absolutely. Yeah, it will end terribly, but yeah.
Is that excuse me, what song is this?
Yeah,
What
it-
song
it-
is
it
It's the
is
Soviet
exactly-
national
Oh
anthem.
my
well,
god.
actually, it could be the Russian national anthem. They're pretty much the
No,
same.
no,
just
this
lyrics
is the Soviet one. This
Okay.
because the
Just
Russian national anthem starts at the.
There we go.
third
I put
verse,
it there.
think.
I don't know if it's in good quality. I can find a better quality one. If you want me to.
You can just look up the Who Sit Rep.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what am I doing?
So the world.
I just felt my soul leave my body. I painted on the
Okay.
wrong layer.
I feel that.
I'm sorry. I'm
Don't
so
let
sorry.
her. I'm fragile.
I'm sad. That actually physically hurts me. Because I've been doing Photoshop for the past few weeks.
Ugh, I feel bad.
I haven't fucked up yet. I still haven't lost my mind, which is a miracle.
I literally got a Wacom tablet for Christmas, and I got so angry with Illustrator that I literally downgraded back to my iPad because I was so angry.
I love my
Oh,
iPad
crap, I
so
forgot
much.
to go to full screen.
Yeah, but you have an iPad Pro, don't you?
Correction to him, but yes, I do.
I do have an iPad
I'm
Pro.
sorry,
as well.
Derek. What?
I just have a regular iPad, and I kind of like it.
Oh, you use the
Oh.
Apple Pencil, but like the one that supports the Apple Pencil, right?
Me? Are you talking to me?
Nat.
No,
Oh, okay.
I use like one of the old iPads. It's one of the small ones.
iPad Mini, yes.
Also,
Yeah,
can we just
I
say
just
how?
use I use really crappy 50-cent styluses that you can buy in bulk off of Amazon.
Oh,
'Cause then-
fun fact! You can.
Barbaric.
I think there is a way to. There is like a. They are selling like some sort of Apple mock-off thing of the Apple Pencil, where it looks like an Apple Pencil, but it actually doesn't require any. It doesn't like require you to like plug it in or anything. You just like turn it on, and it just like functions like an Apple Pencil. It doesn't have like.
yeah,
a
but
eraser
I
or
don't
anything like
need
that.
anything that fancy.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay.
But if you don't want to like pay like $100 for an Apple Pencil, that's a pretty good option.
Well, I paid 50 cents for this, and it works fantastic.
Don't mind me, he still uses pencil.
Who in the name of heck went to French Polynesia?
What?
That's a great question.
Probably
Someone
French
went to French
Polynesian.
Polynesia and just, I guess, infected someone, or like they had it, and why did they go all the way
Transferred
there?
for medical service.
Huh?
That's.
They could have.
Unless it was just
Probably.
a traveler, that's probably the option. Is that there was a hospital there that could treat them.
Oh, that's true. But yeah, currently the highest cases is China, obviously. Second, Italy, and third is Iran. Fourth is Republic of Korea. Fifth is Spain.
Yep.
There's currently 135 countries / areas or territories with cases, 5,393 deaths, and 142,649 confirmed cases. That is how
It'll
the
be
situation's
interesting
going.
to see when like this hits less developed countries, because then they'll have even less resources. So
Oh, actually, it has already hit. Ethiopia has one case. Gabon has one
But
case.
also consider just how little
or are those?
Africa is suffering from it.
What
Yeah,
about,
no. Africa's like
They're
not
doing
really
great
suffering.
right now.
They're doing great. And
What
like,
about
from what
places
we
like
know,
Yemen?
yeah.
what about places
Well,
like
yeah.
Yemen where they have no
Oh,
government?
God. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gonna be awful.
yeah, no, I think Africa will actually be okay, just because considering their like just their land.
But
like,
then again, there
their
are many
environment.
other diseases that can do the job of corona, like significantly worse.
yeah, like
So
a
I
lot of-
think them opting out of this particular deadly disease is kind of warranted.
Opting out.
Yeah, I'd like to opt out of coronavirus, please.
Yeah,
Corona
definitely.
went to Africa like, "What's up? I'm the new man," and then
Yeah, can we
fucking
get, like,
Ebola's like, "Ha, funny."
you
like-
thought.
Secretly, the coronavirus was actually just like a public
What
test.
are underdeveloped countries? Because why am I?
Third world countries are
Wait, isn't it just
I don't
called?
want to take this. I don't want to take. I don't want to.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm
Don't,
not gonna
don't
take
do
this.
it.
Wait, what are we
Yeah.
doing?
Okay. Wait. What's it? Okay. Is Ethiopia an underdeveloped country? Is it considered underdevelopment? I don't really. I never saw Ethiopia as
Okay, do we want to?
underdeveloped. I didn't realize.
I think South Sudan would count.
All right, who wants to offend a few
I'm
countries?
just gonna look up. Well, what is Wikipedia's answer?
I'm pretty sure
I'm
South Sudan
actually.
counts.
I'm on the World Population Review. I think it's categorized. Oh my god, not categorized. Characterized by chronic widespread poverty, less economic development than other nations, emerging markets, developing countries, and newly industrialized countries. Yeah, I think why is Ecuador? Wow, I did not know.
Yeah, Ecuador's kind of screwed up.
Oof. I know some people
What a
from Ecuador.
shame.
I know some people from Ecuador. They're
Okay,
really
so pretty much,
nice.
yeah.
I like how Europe is kind of underdeveloped apparently.
So you have
It says in this map.
So you have two different definitions. There's the current one, which is just sort of, like not really developed, and then there's the literal third world, which is the Western Bloc, the Eastern Bloc, and the non-aligned nations during the Cold War.
Yeah, that's why I was like very confused. Like, someone corrected me on that. I was like,
But the third world pretty much is just the entirety of South America, Africa, essentially all of West Asia, and Southwest Asia, or Southeast Asia.
That must be like an old definition. But then again,
It's a Cold War definition.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
it's kind of weird when people say underdeveloped because it's like, are they underdeveloped?
Well, I think it's like
It's underdeveloped
economically, when
compared to
you com-
Western standards.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
when you compare
there
it
it
to,
is,
when you
that's-
compare it to like economic standards, like the GDP and like the general conditions of like a particular country could be good. You can have, certain points of economic of uptick, but then you can also have more impoverished parts. Just like America. I mean, when you think about it.
Looks at Detroit.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
Looking at you,
My mom was
Oakland.
Yeah, like when I
Looking
told
at
my
you,
mom
Middle
about
America.
when I told my mom, she was like so surprised, but then she like kind of had this face of like, why am I not surprised again? And I said, yeah, that's exactly why.
But yeah. But it'll be interesting to see once like we get more coverage of more underdeveloped or like less comparatively economically to like the US and some other countries where they have less resources, how heavily this will hit them.
I have a feeling that quote unquote underdeveloped countries will not be hit that heavily.
Why?
Well, I mean,
Why? Yeah.
I mean, it's an interesting thing though, because right now we're comparing what an undeveloped quote unquote would be in comparison to like the United States, but the United States like response to this has been shit because our healthcare system is also shit, and so
Yeah,
there's
we kinda
really
suck.
no comparison.
We hate ourselves.
Oof.
You
That
just
hit.
realized that?
Well, whatever slaps, slaps.
What? What? What?
So
does
many
that
questions.
mean?
Also, people have been making memes, especially like at least in my minority group, we've been making memes about Europe, about like them having like the virus, and not us this time, or whatever. Like, that's great.
So like, making fun of everyone who has ever made a Spanish flu joke.
Yep.
Basically, yeah, that's what we're doing right now.
Yep.
Of course
We're
you're
not
doing that.
very PG rated. We're not really PG rated. We don't have a whole thing about political correction. So we're kind of like just out there making
Doing your
memes.
shit. Yeah,
We're
it's
doing our
like
shit.
it's like for every columnist who made a Spanish flu remark, and now you feel our pain.
Oh man.
But yeah, no, there's still some people that find it. There's some people I think there's like some people in my house that are kind of questioning it, and luckily my mom is there to explain in Spanish, like, hey, this is actually kind of serious, and we shouldn't joke about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, but it's good that like, people like this information is like now like in all languages instead of like.
Yeah, that's true. That it has more spread across different ethnic groups.
Compared to other pandemics, like in America, like would there be that many language translations if if those minority groups didn't stand up and fight for their like,
Yeah, especially. And it's like you also have to consider like the cultural difference between a lot of these things, especially for I know at least for my family, a lot of the older generations don't really take the news cycle seriously, especially because a lot of that misinformation about fake news and all that shit, the pillar of trust around NBC, CNN, all of that stuff has crumbled, and so they look to things like Fox News and other conservative news pillars for their information, and there's so much circulation of stupid bullshit that when these things like come and wash your hands, like make sure you are following the CDC's recommendations, and also not associating this virus just because it came from China, that it is in fact an Asian virus. Like, what the fuck?
Of which, by the
they
way,
don't
buying
follow
Asian
that.
products is not a bad thing.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm still gonna go buy some of that good water. What's it called?
Sorry, what?
No, not water.
Just some
dude,
water?
We need water. We need water to survive.
No.
You're just gonna
What
get
am I
some
talking
water?
about? No. I mean, the marble soda. Those marble.
Ramune?
Oh yeah, Ramune.
That's
Ramen.
water?
It's water to me.
Okay.
I don't.
Which is how
if it
frequent
ma-
how frequent I drink it. Yeah.
Okay,
Alex,
Derek.
if it makes you feel better, water for us is Inca Cola. Literally, we don't drink water. Just
Guys,
Inca
my
Cola.
next,
every day.
my next water supply is literally gonna be Pog.
Water for me, Ovaltine.
Like, you don't know like how many memes I've been sent about Inca Cola.
Then there's
Okay.
water for me, which is literally just water.
But like, Derek, do they even
Okay.
sell Orangina here?
That's
can-
how you say it?
You can check in the
Wait,
Asian
wait,
markets
wait, wait,
because no
wait,
one's
Alex,
going in there.
repeat that. How do you say it?
Orangina?
Oh my god, I live with a fucking. Oh my god. My father's dad.
Please
jokes
don't tell
have
me they say
absorbed-
Orangina.
Yes, he does.
Oh my.
Oh fuck!
And whenever we see it in the store, that's what he says, and he's been saying it since I was like 4, and I've like never been around
Nah.
actually non-dad
Nah.
people who called it anything other than that.
Oh dear.
That's depressing. But if anyone ever needs extra supplies, please go to Asian markets and support them because a lot of people are not going to Asian markets because racism.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
if you need extra
good time.
supplies, please support the Asian markets right now that are going
Guys,
through
go to
some tough
Ranch
times.
99. Go to Ranch
Basically-
99.
Go to the Asian Food Center.
Yes, they have really good
Go
snacks.
to Rain Cafe.
Yes,
Go to
they really
Boba
have
Up
good
in the
snacks.
U District.
Go to
Order some Chinese
Cherokee.
food for dinner. Order some Chinese food for dinner because
Go-
people being racist.
Go to Johnny's Walk. I love that place. Why did it get really silent here?
Just
I don't know.
Don't order Panda Express because that shit gave me food poisoning last time I got it.
Oof,
Well, that went
That-
badly.
that sucks. But yeah, overall, please go shop in your local Asian market or support the local businesses right now. Also, if you're sick but you don't have the coronavirus, just go to a clinic. Don't go to the hospital, please. There's a lot of people that really need the hospital.
They
So
don't need
yeah.
they don't need your baggage.
yes, please.
Jesus.
And if you don't need your complaining, Karen, about you and your son sneezing one time.
Your son is fine.
Hey, they don't really have a lot of managers there at the moment, you know.
Yeah. You know the depressing thing? My aunt's name is Karen, but she doesn't act like the stereotypical Karen.
You know what our director's name is? Huh? You know what our director's
Karen.
name is? Karen. You know what she acts like?
A Karen.
No.
A Karen?
No, she does not.
Doesn't she though?
No?
See, Derek, it also depends on who in the
Wait.
orchestra you ask.
Are we talking about the same Karen?
Karen, Alex Cut.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Helseth.
I was talking about Helseth.
Doesn't she act like a Karen though?
No?
Once
It
again,
really
it depends on who you ask in the orchestra.
Also, finally, the U.S. did a travel ban on the U.K. and Ireland.
Oh yeah, oh they
yeah.
finally did that?
Yeah, because it was
Yeah.
Europe and European Union. That didn't really count under that.
Well, Ireland should. They are technically EU.
Yeah,
Ireland
yeah,
should count.
Ireland is part of the
Unless
EU,
it's Northern
Derek.
Ireland.
Fuck Northern Ireland.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's what everyone has said ever, except the Irish.
Except the except the IRA.
You piss us off, eh?
Please,
Dude,
please,
Derek, Derek, you know
Yeah,
what I
since
want?
I've unleashed-
Derek,
Oh dear.
Derek,
don't do it, Derek.
What do you want?
you know what we should play on Steam? It's free. We should play Walking Simulator.
What?
Oh my God.
What?
No, guys,
What?
guys,
No,
no,
shut
guys,
the fuck
listen
up,
to-
man.
listen
you take
to-
that back.
Listen to the synopsis. The year is 2020. World War III and the coronavirus have destroyed the civilized world. You are the
What?
last post carrier tasked to get parcels from point A to point B in the most barren and desolate places on Earth. It's Death Stranding as a meme.
No way.
Wait,
So you mean
oh my
it's
god,
just
I
Death
was
Stranding?
thinking about that.
It's
I was
a
thinking about that. I literally did fan art of Death
It's a
Stranding a
Death
few days ago,
Stranding
and I was like,
meme.
hold up. We did it, guys.
This
We're
is so
literally
good.
in
No.
Death Stranding.
No, literally that game. That entire game is just like
the first review gonna tell my kids this was Death Stranding.
Bruh. No, you have to understand that entire game is just any postal delivery and like Grubhub, Uber Eats, that entire thing is just that game.
Yeah, for real.
It's literally just UPS simulator.
With bad English.
Dude, but you guys deliver drugs there.
Okay, then pharmaceutical prime.
What?
Okay.
Amazon Pharmacy, duh.
Also, you guys, you can deliver people, right? Like actual human beings.
You can deliver dead
Prostitution.
bodies, so Amazon Morgue Prime.
I hate it.
Sir,
Not
did you say
dead
more
people.
They
Dead
do.
crime?
people and alive people. My God.
Well, see, they do advertise Amazon Fresh. So if you're if you're a cannibal, that you order from Amazon
Stop,
Fresh.
stop,
And,
stop,
and you know,
stop.
technically, those people are dead, and like they do
Derek.
technically blow up at like
Derek.
after 8 hours. So I don't
What
know.
the fuck?
Have you ever played Death Stranding?
No.
You
You don't
carry
understand,
dead
my
bodies
hand-eye
and live
coordination
bodies.
is not good enough for any game.
Oh, I've
I've
watched
literally
like
never
12
played
hours of Death.
Minecraft.
I've watched 12 hours of Death Stranding. So like anything you guys say to me, I will immediately whatever you guys say. 12 hours. Over
Bing, bing.
12 hours.
Why is
Bing,
there just
bing,
a
40
game
hours.
of a...
It's supposed to be a
Not just
social
a
commentary.
game.
It's a social commentary about people being introverts.
Explore a realistically inspired recreation of Iceland's southern coast.
There's also
Literally-
Conan. Conan is in it too.
Also, Monster
Literally-
Energy drinks.
It's literally a social commentary about people being like, basically social distancing themselves, which is happening right now.
Coronavirus before it happened.
That's what
I
I'm
got-
trying to say.
I got Corona before it was cool. Fucking the
my
Northwest
God.
be like.
Us.
You
in
guys are a little
January.
late to the party.
Please, no.
See, this is the reason that fucking like this amount of like non-freak out panic shit would have never happened in a podcast made of boomers.
Literally never. I guess I can understand the panic because, they're
Wait,
older, they've
wait,
experienced a
hold on.
lot of life.
Wait, there
and
are
they don't wanna
boomer
die.
podcasts?
Yes,
Yeah.
there's your podcast.
Oh,
Have
the
you not seen them?
evangelicals.
Yeah.
Evan
Hold.
Wait, what?
You
What?
stop. You stop there, sir.
Wait, what?
like Evanescence?
We've come across a crossroads. Challenge time.
Please. Oh God. Okay.
Things
Challenge
are really starting to heat up in the sect of Christianity fandom.
Wait, is anyone here Christian?
No, but
No.
like my family is? Question mark?
Hey, Derek.
Yeah,
Not
same
immediate
here.
family.
Derek.
I don't necessarily count, even though my mother's Christian.
Derek.
What?
Do you want to play for,
For honor?
no.
For the Emperor!
Oh my
Ow.
god, what the fuck?
Jesus,
Ow.
fuck my ears.
Derek,
That hurt.
Derek, on,
I
on,
didn't
on
ask
Steam,
for this.
on Steam, it's an action game, wanking simulator.
I think I'm good there.
You know
I-
how-
Why do we need to be a simulator for that?
No.
Why do you feel the need for there to be a simulator for that?
Because some madman
Practice?
decided this was a good idea.
Hey, I think it was already a thing, but okay.
I don't,
That just
I don't know.
What?
Can you imagine making a wanking simulator, but like
In VR.
only advertising it to women?
Well, and it has an attachment. And it has an attachment.
I mean, there is a market for that.
Okay, Derek.
Can I
Okay.
cry?
There is a market for that.
I
Wouldn't be
That-
surprised.
what?
There's always a
Wouldn't
market
be
for that.
surprised at all. Would
There's
not
always
be
a market for
surprised.
anything if you're brave enough.
Yep.
Ah, yes, the old dildo rule.
Ah, yeah.
Yes. Is it classified as a rule or a principle?
Good
Yes.
question. Oh.
or a pillar. It is an absolute.
Is he a master of industry or a robber baron?
No, don't start
my
on that.
Was the nuclear bomb justified?
Okay,
You better-
okay, real
Oh,
quick,
wait,
real
guys,
quick
2
about
minutes
that.
Ago.
What?
2 minutes ago, apparently a lot of people arriving from China and Europe at the U.S. airports, they have not been screened.
Fun.
Oh.
But
And
Welcome to the end of the world.
tasty.
yeah, it's They're also apparently the Walmart stores all across the U.S. are adjusting hours because of the coronavirus. So rip
That's
Walmart.
kind of a given. That's kind of a given. Wait, adjusting.
I
hours-
know.
No, that's kind of fine for them because like more hours means that's fine, right?
What?
Oh wait, as in
Oh.
understaffing or like
No, they're
keeping the
closing
Walmarts
earlier,
open?
you genius.
Oh great.
That's what I meant. Like rip and chat for Walmart.
Can we really feel bad for Walmart?
Yeah,
though?
no, yeah, like what?
No, I
You
don't.
can't
I
feel
don't-
bad for Walmart.
Well,
I
I mean,
don't-
you can feel bad for like the people who work there,
Okay,
but like
workers are a
as
different
a company
story,
in
but
whole.
as a corporation,
the shit.
I wasn't talking about the corporation. I was just talking about the people who actually like can need to afford stuff,
the
or
greeters.
that can't afford stuff,
Yeah,
basically, or work there. That's
the
what I meant.
greeters.
exactly. Oh yeah. So what have y'all been up to? Literally, we are only on the 5th day of not having school.
No, we're on the.
And we have.
No, we went on
Fifth or
Wednesday.
fourth?
Remember?
I've been off school since like I think Tuesday. Yeah, I've been off school since Tuesday.
I've been off since since Monday just because I'm following Adeline Fleet.
I've been off since Monday. It's because I was
Oh.
sick. Then I
Hey,
came
you
to
went to
school.
school on Friday, therefore, or you went
no,
to
on
school
Wednesday.
on Wednesday.
Yeah, therefore I have been to school.
Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't end up going to school on the short day. Well, what was like the atmosphere of the school on that last day?
Subs.
No,
It was
no.
just
Okay,
subs.
okay. I got you on this
Ooh,
one. Pretty much
ooh.
it was. You could tell the difference in the parking lot when you came to school, because normally
Yeah,
at
you could.
like at like 7:40, 7:40ish, the parking lot is mostly full.
It was
Mhm.
literal
It
chaos
was
just
not
to get
mostly full.
That's crazy.
And hallways were weird. It was
There
it was
weren't enough people in them.
populated, but you could tell there were people that weren't there. Like just
Hmm.
going about your normal day, you get to know who you pass by on a regular basis. Those
Right.
people were not there.
Exactly. I know I wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah. That shit is crazy.
Oh, also to make matters even weirder, the 2020 census was released, so they're counting
was it?
everybody. Yep. The reason why it's not that important is because some people are like, oh, it's just accounting, great, but for some communities, it's very, very important because it could mean that people are going to like knock on your door and ask if you have illegal immigrants or if you're hiding anyone or that type of thing.
Well, I know that the citizenship question is no longer. It's still not on the census.
It is not. I took it yesterday for my personal.
Yeah,
And
but taking the census is really important because it also provides funding and a sort of it shows you how many people are representing your area. So it is really still important to do.
sadly, there are people that are lying on the census, and I
Yeah, but
feel
like
for
that's
them.
not the vast majority. That's the thing, though.
That's
And
true.
that's what like really counts for the census as well.
Yeah. Also, there's been rumors around in the immigrant community that ICE has been using the census as a way to track down illegal immigrants. So that's why a lot of people have been lying on them. And yeah, it also affected me as well. But hopefully, just things change soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no clue if I have to wait. Do I have to take the census?
You have to take the census. It is required by law. I can actually read you the exact article and section on the Constitution if you want.
Yeah,
me to.
it might also be filled out by your parents.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, that too.
Okay,
But I
I'm
filled
covered
it out
then.
personally because I needed to count each of us, and I thought it would be easier if I just did it like on that day instead of like, waiting around. But luckily there are Spanish options. I just decided to just do it really quickly so we can get it out of the way.
Spanish edition?
Yes.
Census 2
Spanish
Electric
edition.
Boogaloo.
Yeah, I'd imagine
also-
there's a lot of different versions of the census for people who might read a primary different language.
Good to
Yeah,
know.
but I just decided to make it easier for my family, and I do it personally. Some of the questions were really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's
are you into CBT?
no, the literally after they ask you your gender and or not your gender, they ask you your sex and your age. After that, they immediately ask if you're Latino, Hispanic, any origins of Latino or Hispanic, and then they list the rest of the other races in the next. It was a really weird. It was like its own section, and I was just like sitting there, kind of like weirded out. I was like, okay, I feel like I was called out. But got it.
Do you exist? Yes or no?
Yeah,
No.
basically.
Good answer.
I have the exact questions they asked. It was kind of weird. I have it right here. Actually, I can send it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever taken the census myself, because I think usually my family fills it out. But I know that they brought a bunch of people to the school, especially for the civics classes, talking about this coming up.
There we go. I put it there if anyone wants to look at it. But yeah, it was kind of weird. It was like its own section. It's just called Hispanic origin. That's all it's called. And
It's funny how they have it being Spanish origin, but if you're actually from
Hispanic.
Spain, but I know it says Hispanic, Latino, or Spanish. But if you're actually from Spain, then what?
You're still Hispanic, because Hispanic means you're from a country that
Spain.
it's-
Spanish.
Ow, fuck.
Careful.
Yeah, sorry, I hit myself.
Oy.
But yeah, no, it was kind of like, I get that it's kind of normal questions, but at the same time, it felt a little bit like they were just kind of like looking for one group only.
I
Or
like
is that
that
just
they have
me?
to classify, in the census, they have to classify like Native American in parentheses, not white.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What?
Seriously?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I saw that too on the 2020 census. It was super weird the way they categorized everything. Like, I did not understand it. I didn't know if I was supposed to put because they
Well,
had
I
the
think
term
it's
white
because-
there.
Because a lot of people, especially white, like Caucasian people, will say that they are Native American. They're like
Ew.
0.02% Native Cherokee.
Warren.
Be like, I'm Native American. I'm looking at you, Warren. And
Ew.
then
Oh shit.
and they have to
Yeah, that's
clarify.
valid. That's
no,
valid.
Your parents are like Irish. You're not Native American. You are whiter than freshly fallen snow. So I think that's why they have to classify it.
Yeah, but that's all I can say. The questions were really weird, especially about the race questions. They were just so fucking off. And they seemed outdated, at least to me. They were when it came to me putting down my answers, I didn't know if I had to put the answer Peruvian or brown because they use the term white. So it was a
the
question.
whole question of how to classify yourself is a difficult one, especially when the administration who is currently in charge of submitting the census isn't exactly sensitive to
Non-biased.
how all of that works. It's full of old white dudes. So I mean,
So-
what are you gonna do?
Here's the categories: white, black, or African American, which that's a lot of countries in one place, but American Indian or Alaska Native, Asian, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, and some other race.
The hell
And-
does some other mean?
I know.
Wait.
I was like,
Does it state
what?
Caucasian on there?
For the white section, it includes
Oh.
all individuals who identify with or one more nationalities or ethnic groups origin. Europe, the Middle East, North Africa. These groups include, but are not limited to, German, Irish, English, Italian, Lebanese, Egyptian, Polish, French.
Wait. They categorize Middle Eastern countries like
white,
Egyptian as what?
Remember.
What the fuck?
Don't forget that Turkey wants to be called part of the European Union.
This hurts me because there's a lot of European people that don't consider themselves white, like a vast majority. That's kind of awkward.
I don't like.
Also
I literally,
Israel.
I know somebody in my friend group that was like, yeah, I'm not white, I'm Irish, and we're like, dude,
Bruh.
you're literally
Bruh.
a ginger. Like, shut the fuck up.
I mean, for me, it's a little strange, but because I'm half and half. But
Oh yeah, the good old Snapple half and half.
Honestly, I feel
Arnold
you,
Palmer.
but on another level, because
Yo,
I'm American and
that's literally it.
Peruvian,
Arnold Palmer,
and
that's it.
my mom be hella white, you know, but not like the
Yeah.
American white.
My dad be hella white, but also Canadian, but my mom be hella Chinese.
Wait, Derek, what do you mean your dad's white but also Canadian? As if that's a
That's
separate
like
thing.
that's like
This is hurting
ceiling
me.
white calling like eggshell a different color.
It's like
Like-
calling it like cream or whatever.
Yeah.
No.
Don't-
Cream and
Don't
eggshell
call his
arguing
dad
about which one's
cream.
whiter.
Literally, I don't know, like
Hey,
I
we
just
could call
weird.
your dad meat. If we
Stop,
wanted to.
stop. No, Derek.
Meat man.
and this is where we end the entire live stream. Thank you.
Yeah,
for
no, yeah,
everyone.
thank you guys for watching. This has been another episode of the GFY Podcast. Derek needs to stop.